Hey, what's up guys? This is T-Bone here. Welcome back to another episode of playing Gemstone Legends. So in today's episode, I'm going to talk about the Witch's Kiss Magic versus Darkness event. This is essentially the third part of a sort of like a 3-week long event where you've sort of been building up to it. Last week we've been collecting these battle energy, and now you can use the battle energy to do fights and then collect rewards as you complete them. I'm going to talk a little bit about the scoring and also how you can earn rewards. A couple of things to keep in mind. First one here, if you can do 300 special ability for Nizette, you're going to earn 1,000 points, and you don't need to do this in the event itself. So that means you can bring her into a rift battle or campaign battle. It doesn't matter. As long as you use the special ability, it will count here. And so that is something that I think a lot of people weren't aware of. So just something to keep in mind. And as you complete the battle here, you'll notice that there's a win event battle with Nizette in your team for the first time. That's what it is. You just need to use her one time to defeat the team, and that's it. Once you've defeated the team one time with her, you can move on and come back, revisit the battles again using another person. You do not have to use Nizette on your team, and then depending on which battle you go after, you're going to earn different amounts of trophies. So what we're going to do is we're going to go in, and I'm going to talk about a couple of different teams that you can try. So the first one I do want to talk about is these teams recycle. And so you'll notice that battles 1 through 4, they have different enemies, but then starting battle 5, it goes back to team 1, and so this goes all the way until battle 20. And so what I will do is I'm going to talk about a couple of very popular setup that you might want to try out, and make it easier for you to be able to get through the levels. There's going to be 2 main battles I'm going to focus on. That's going to be battle 20 and 19. I'm going to talk about the things you need to pay attention to, and also what you need to be aware of, and what potions to bring, etc. And hopefully this is going to help you out with your fights. And now for some code. So I wanted to say thanks for everybody who has supported me, and also for any new players that are joining in. Hope you're enjoying the game. If you know anybody who's looking to download this game to try out, tell them to check out the video and also use the link either below, or if they can use the QR code that you see here. If they can install the game, play through the tutorial, they're going to win. They're going to get some nice rewards, including morale as well. So anyways, go ahead and confirm, and it's going to be T_welcome. That gets you a gold scroll as well as 50 energy. So enjoy. So the first setup I'm going to show you involves Taiko-san and also Nika, so that they could actually, you can use Nika to basically give yourself a little bit of a, spell shield and some heal, and Taiko-san to stun. Morena is also there to freeze, and Najar is going to be the MVP here. You're going to find Najar extremely useful for basically all levels. Okay, he is the one that I would recommend that you level up and bring into all of the fights. He's going to be key. In terms of the potions, I think that I personally don't think that it's reasonable to think that you're going to always get it through battle 20 or 19 without using any potions. So I recommend that you bring some potions here. You should bring a Nectar of Life for battle 20, some health potions, and if possible, bring in a mana potion as well. So let's jump into a fight, and we'll talk about how this setup works. So the idea here is you want to be faster than the fastest team that is on, the fastest hero that is in the enemy. In this case, it's going to be Zerfar at 346 speed because of their leadership skill. So I brought in my street block whose speed is at over 400. So that's the thing where if you can't bring in a hero that's faster, remember you can also bring in, I've talked about this, you can bring in Custer. Custer is another hero that can be much faster. And so you want to be faster than Zerfar in this case. And then what we're going to do is we are going to use a potion. First, we're going to see if we can use Morena to land freeze. And we do, which is good because this gives us time to basically charge up our heroes. In this case, what we got is we've got Nika, and we've also got Taiko-san that can use their skill, and that's exactly what we're going to do. And so I'm going to go ahead and actually get Najar charged up. And so this is sort of the game where you're just going to be doing incremental damage to them using you're going to be using incremental damage here and basically stun them as much as you can, and then you just kind of whittle them down. The ones that you really want to watch out for is you really want to basically you want to take out you want to take a Hanya as soon as you can. And so what that means is that will also require you to get rid of the blue gems. Okay, it's a slow battle, but it's really going to be helpful. So if you can bring in some faster heroes to start with, this is how you will be able to get through this level. So we're going to just basically get through this, and I'll show you the next team. So after 11 minutes of this, we finally finished the level. You can see it took 90 turns. And the reason for this is because the enemies have a ridiculous amount of health. Okay. And so we're going to try a different setup that is actually going to make this go a lot faster. And here is a setup that is guaranteed to make this go a lot faster. It's going to require a little bit of mana usage, but if you can gear your Vepers right, you're probably going to have minimal usage. So the key here is one of my Vepris has on the Hope set. So with 4 of these sets on her, with 4 of these gears on, she has a 25% chance to gain an additional 50 mana whenever she uses her active skill. And so what this will allow you to do is actually, hopefully, cast a spell and then get to 100 mana and then cast again. With Street Block in here, how you can take advantage of the charge set is as follows. So all of our heroes will get charged up, and you notice that because we have Street Block, none of the negative stats got applied to us, and that's what you want to see. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and apply here, and we're gonna go ahead and use skills for Vepris, and you can see here we got 100%, so we're just going to go ahead and use again, and hopefully we can get charged up again. If not, we're just going to go ahead and use our mana. Basically, you hope for this to go to 100%, and then you just keep going, okay? And I'm going to use up 4 pots right now, and we're just going to go ahead and activate Marina. And with this, that's it. Basically on turn 1, we're able to complete this in 41 seconds. Now, you do see, I recognize that this requires you to use some mana pots, but this is the most effective way and the easiest way and the fastest way. Otherwise, it can take forever, as I showed you. So if you really care about using, getting through the fights, this is a quick and easy way to do this, and you can earn 10 diamonds, 10 gems every time you win a fight. Okay, so I think it's a good way to earn up gems as well, sacrificing some mana. All right, so I'm going to talk about Battle 19 here. This is one of those levels that is actually extremely difficult as well, because you've got Kerrigan, who is going to provide Soul Link to all enemies, making it extremely difficult for you to deal damage to them. You've got Vepers that's going to have Assassin's Mark on you, and then you have Tessix that's going to grant Spell Shield and Reflect to all allies, so that makes it difficult for you to land your negative skills. Raphael deals a ton of damage to any of your dark allies, and so Zarkon in this case will be in danger. And of course we had Necros, so it doesn't matter what you bring in, you're not going to be able to revive. Even revive potions will not work, so that's something to keep in mind. And so one thing that I did try to do is I thought about bringing in the essence of Skyron, so that I could also try and reduce their health right from the beginning after using Marina's skill. Vepris is going to be, again, another she's going to be a very key player in here, and Zarkon is going to be helping as well. So we're going to go in and jump into a fight. So one thing I want to show you here is first we're going to get rid of the Soul Link here. Okay, so we're going to get rid of Soul Link for our enemies here. We couldn't get rid of it for Tessix, but we're going to go ahead and use the essence of Skyron, which is going to deal damage based on 50% of their max HP. And so we're going to do just that. They are also frozen for 3 turns, which is going to be very helpful, because then this allows us to build up our skills a little bit, and we can use this to our advantage so that we could try and deal a little bit more damage to them. Okay, and this is where you can also say, who is the one that is going to give you the most trouble, and that is going to be Raphael. That's going to Raphael, for example, is going to give you a hard time, and if you take him out now, you could actually ensure that you're not going to get any attacks for at least 3 turns. Okay, so that way they can't, you guarantee that they will not be able to use their skill. And then you can go ahead and use Zarkon as well. You can use Zarkon's skill, you can use Vepris. So this is one where you don't necessarily need to use up all of your mana either, right? So you saw that I used one, the Essence of Skyron in this case. It's kind of expensive. You're not going to want to use it all the time, of course, but it does help in situations where you might be in a little bit of a bind. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and now use Marina's skill, and then take out the health of most of them, and then we basically rinse and repeat. And on top of that, because we're also putting in some bleed in there, poison in there, we can also help reduce the health of our enemies when it's their turn. Okay, and so that is essentially, I think the most key thing here is to make sure that you bring in somebody that can do negative stats or somebody that can dispel. Okay, so when you're fighting against a team that contains Kerrigan, it's going to be extremely difficult if you try to depend on just pure damage. And so what you need to do is you need to bring somebody like Zarkon, like Kusai, who can land a lot of negative stats so that you can let them bleed out. Some other options that you can choose is you could look at heroes such as, you can choose heroes such as Zarya. Zarya, remember I talked about her last time. She's also going to be a good choice because of Snare. So if you can deal damage through Vepris, Zarya can come in and also help take him out. So I did run out of energy at this point, so that's all I can show you. But hopefully this helps you understand, there are two main teams that's going to give you the hardest time, and Najjar is going to get you out of all of them. But for this team right here, the key is negative stats. And for the second one here, Najjar to prevent yourself from getting all the negative hits. And if you can use a few Vepris in here, you should be golden. Okay, and so hopefully this helps you out. Hopefully you can use the same sets that I have shown you. If not, I think you can still use the stun method I showed with Taiko-san or other enemies are similar, and you can use sleep. You can use Inula for sleep, for example. Like all of these different heroes, basically you just want a method that just prevents them from attacking you, and then you should be good to go. So here's an example of a team, before I sign off, here's an example of a team where you can utilize Inula to keep them all asleep, and then you would simply use Freya, and you can use Freya to stun and deal damage, and use Masako as a really good damage dealer. Masako, Frankie, those type of heroes, single damage dealers is what you're going to want to do if you're going to be using Inula, and obviously bring in Nagash to heal so you don't wake them up. So that's going to hopefully help you along as well. Anyways, that's going to be it for me for this video. Hopefully this helps you at least complete your battles, okay, and earn some rewards and also earn some gems at the same time. Thanks very much for watching, guys. Take care and good luck, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.